Hi there. Welcome to the Pause and Effect Method, Essentials for Daily Calm. The method is simple and it can be done by anyone, anywhere, anytime. In a few moments, I'll guide you through a short version of the method, which will just take us a few minutes, and afterwards talk about how to use the method in your daily life to achieve greater calm. I've also created a longer version where we take our time a bit more with each part of the technique, and I'll link that video in the description. I'm Aaron Cedolia, the creator of the Pause and Effect method. And about 10 years ago, I was suffering from terrible anxiety and panic attacks, and I studied everything I could around how to lessen anxiety, including meditation, mindfulness, breathwork, and more. Thankfully, I found some wonderful techniques that worked for me greatly, and I wanted to share them with you and put them together in one simple method. So thank you for being here. Let's jump in and take a pause together. We begin by remembering two pieces of ancient wisdom. Number one, everything changes. This can be really important to remember if you're in the middle of a worry loop or in the middle of a panic attack. It will pass. No thought, feeling, situation, emotion lasts forever. They will change. Number two, we don't know. We may think we know what the future will hold and therefore want to worry about it, but the fact is we do not know. So it is possible that something in the present moment that isn't so great can change for the better later on. It is possible. So these two pieces of ancient wisdom, everything changes and we don't know, form the base of the Pause and Effect method. Next, we slow everything down. And as someone who has rushed around most of his life, I really resonate with this part. We do so first by extending our exhales. So I invite you to breathe in as you normally do, and as you exhale, do so through your mouth, slowly and gently as if through a straw. So again, breathe in as you normally do, and then exhale, slowly, gently, subtly as if through a straw. No one even has to know you're doing it. So go ahead and do a few of those at your own pace. What this does is it lowers your heart rate and lets your mind and body know that you are safe and that you can allow calm. In and one more. Great, you can let that go. We'll continue to slow things down, and this time you'll say a few words, but just to yourself, silently, in your own head. As you inhale, you'll say you can, and as you exhale, you'll say relax deeply. So you'll really extend that word deeply. So go ahead and do a few at your own pace. Again, you'll just say these words silently to yourself. In, you can, out, relax deeply. You can even close your eyes for this part for a little extra relaxation if you feel comfortable. You can relax deeply. Do a couple more. All right, great. You can let that go as well and open your eyes if they were closed. Now is a good time to check in and see how you're feeling. All right, now I invite you to really observe the space you're in as best you can. So I want to challenge you, even if you've been in that space hundreds of times before, to notice something new. So it could be a shape, a color, texture, the light, the shadows today, sounds, smells. You can include people or pets that might be in the space. Really observe the space and see if you can notice anything new or different that you haven't noticed before. And as you do so, I'll tell you a quick story about how this part of the technique is really useful. I was going to the hospital for a procedure and felt really nervous, but I determined beforehand to really observe the spaces I was going to be in, to really see the people I was with, to really notice the doctors, the nurses. And what this does is it helps you get out of your own head. If you're stuck worrying about yourself so much or thinking about yourself too much, this technique helps you get out of your head into the present moment and connects you to the spaces you're in and the people you're with. And in the hospital that day, the day flew by. I stopped worrying about myself. I just connected with the people I was with and the spaces I was in, and it was a huge help. All right, you can let that go as well. And that is a short version of the pause and effect method. So we started off by remembering 2 pieces of ancient wisdom: everything changes and we don't know. Then we slowed everything down 2 ways. First by exhaling slowly as if through a straw, and then by repeating "you can relax deeply." And finally, we observed the spaces we're in, the people that we're with, in order to get out of our own heads and to connect ourselves to the present moment. So, how to use the method in your daily life to achieve greater calm? It all depends on how much time you have. So if you have a few minutes, you can go from start to finish like we just did. If you have 5 or 10 minutes, you can do the method a bit more slowly and take your time with it. And I have a video that we do that in the description. You can also just do one part of it though, if you only have a few seconds. You can do the slow, long exhales as if through a straw, which I do before a presentation, before a meeting where I'm a little bit anxious. You can just remember everything changes. You can just remember that we don't know. You can do "we don't know" plus "you can relax deeply." You can do "everything changes" plus observing the spaces you're in detail. You can mix and match and make it your own, all depending on how much time you have. My great hope is that you will make it your own and play around with it. I teach the method online and in person, and feel free to get in touch with me via the comments. And I hope you'll share this with any friends or family who could use some greater calm in their lives as well. And finally, I would just recommend that you give yourself a little bit of grace. It's not always easy to take a pause, and we're all works in progress. Thank you for being here, and take care.